Welcome to Watch Lists. Today we're counting down the top 25 movies starring Paul Newman, the legendary actor famous for his piercing blue eyes and incredible range. And yeah, his famous Newman's Own salad dressing that gives back to charity. Torn Curtain, a spy thriller directed by Alfred Hitchcock about a scientist who pretends to defect to East Germany during the Cold War, co-starring Julie Andrews. Exodus, a big historical story about the people that fight to build the new country of Israel after World War II. The Left-Handed Gun, a dark, angry take on a young Billy the Kid as he goes after guys who killed his friend. Somebody Up There Likes Me, a true story about a rough kid from the streets that becomes boxing champ Rocky Graziano. Sweet Bird of Youth, this is a Tennessee Williams story about a guy who comes back home with an aging movie star and faces old enemies. The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, a funny, strange western about an outlaw who makes himself judge and runs his own little corner of the West. The Long Hot Summer, a hot romance and drama with Joanne Woodward about a smooth-talking stranger who shows up in a small southern town and shakes everything up. Sometimes a Great Notion, a rough family-is-everything story, but a tough logging family that says no to a big strike. This was also directed by Paul Newman. The Hudsucker Proxy, a Coen Brothers comedy that's silly, smart, and weird. A simple mailroom guy gets tricked into running a big company, and they make hula hoops. The Towering Inferno, this is a classic 70s disaster movie where a huge fire breaks out in a brand new skyscraper full of people. Paul Newman teams up with Steve McQueen, two of the biggest action stars of the day. Absence of Malice, a guy gets his life ruined by a bad newspaper story. This is a movie about news, truth, and fairness with Sally Field. Harper, a cool detective story about a chill private eye named Lou Harper who digs into a missing persons case. There's also a sequel called The Drowning Pool from 1975. Hombre, a white guy raised by Apaches rides a stagecoach full of people who hate him. This is a tense western with real talk about racism. Nobody's Fool, a guy in a small town who messes up a lot, tries to fix things with his family. This is a quiet, funny, warm, however you want to explain it, real and heartfelt movie, and Bruce Willis is in this. Cars, the sweet Pixar story with great animation about a cocky race car who gets stuck in a small town and learns some lessons. Newman voices the old mentor car who matched his real love for racing. Road to Perdition, a dark, emotional gangster story about a mob guy, played by Tom Hanks, and his kid who run for their lives after something terrible happens. Newman plays the scary mob boss that steals every scene he's in. Slapshot, a hockey coach tells his losing team to fight dirty to start winning. This is funny, rude, and has plenty of quotable lines. A cult favorite sports comedy. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, a Tennessee Williams story starring Elizabeth Taylor as his angry wife about a messed up rich family who gets together and all their secrets come out. The Color of Money. Martin Scorsese directs the sequel to The Hustler, where the older version of Fast Eddie trains a young hotshot played by Tom Cruise. HUD. Newman plays a selfish rancher who only cares about himself and fights with his family. This shows how greedy people can ruin things. The Verdict, a courtroom story about a drunk lawyer who hits rock bottom and takes one last huge case. It's a story about getting a second chance. The Hustler, a young pool player with huge talent keeps messing himself up. He faces off against the king of pool, played by Jackie Gleason. The Sting. Two guys pull off a big, clever scam on a bad mob boss in old Chicago. Super fun and rewatchable with catchy ragtime music. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, a buddy movie with Paul Newman and Robert Redford about two outlaws that keep robbing banks and trains, then they run off to Bolivia. There's also a funny bicycle scene where Butch shows off tricks to the song Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. Cool Hand Luke, about a prison inmate who just won't break no matter what they throw at him. This has a lot of funny moments and some really sad ones. And the super famous line,
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
And that wild egg eating scene where Luke eats 50 hard-boiled eggs. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this. Leave a comment if I missed something important.